You are now listening to the J Porks Experience. Listen free on iTunes or at theandydareshow.com. Now, here's Jay.
Yo, what is the word, people? Welcome to another edition of the J Porks Experience. I'm Jay Porks. With me, as always, on the other side of the glass, making sure this is a well-oiled podcast machine every week, is nobody. I've got a couple of things to get to, but first we'll get to the websites I need you to go to help keep me in business. First off, concertconfessions.com. That's where you'll get all your live music, news and reviews, for fans, by fans. We got some stuff up there, some new stuff for you to check out. From Valentine's Day Eve, you can check out a review, pictures, videos, pretty words, all that. Failure at the El Rey Theater in Los Angeles. And our buddy Reverend Justito, our fearless leader, checked them out and wrote up a little something something. And then the next night at the El Rey Theater on Valentine's Day was, I looked it up too and I can't pronounce it. Biffy Clyro. Clyro. That's what it is. Biffy Clyro. I think. However you pronounce that, Biffy Clyro hit up the El Rey Theater in Los Angeles the night after Failure, and they rocked it for Reverend Justito, our fearless leader. And a new one up that I'm not supposed to share on Facebook yet, but by the time this goes live, by the time you're hearing this, I probably will be allowed to share this on Facebook. It is the Arctic Monkeys invading the pageant in St. Louis on the 15th. Words and photos by Bradley Darby. I took a peek at the set list. It is everything you could want in an Arctic Monkeys show and more. I really wish that the Arctic Monkeys would come around a time where I had money. They were just recently at Madison Square Garden. I was probably broke when those tickets went on sale, because you can get into the Garden, I think, for like $30-40. I mean, you can hear it. I don't need to be on the floor. If I'm going to a show in the Garden, I do not need to be on the floor for it. I can just get me in the building and I'm fine. And here's what I want to know, real quick, before I continue my little tangent here. When there are events at places like Madison Square Garden, Barclays Center, arenas with the jumbotrons that hang down, why isn't the concert being shown on the jumbotron? Why would the band have a screen behind them to show videos instead of showing the concert? Be pretty cool. So bands, look up at the jumbotron, tell the people that work at MSG to play the show on there. Because if you go to a show at Terminal 5, or actually there's Terminal 5, I believe Hammerstein might do it too. I know Terminal 5 does it for a fact. The Bowery Presents has camera crews set up. And say you go to the bar and you're not in you have no sight line to the stage, you just look up at a TV, the show's on TV. The Bowery, they do that at Bowery Ballroom. No, not Bowery Ballroom, I'm sorry. Webster Hall has screens upstairs that they do. One of the few things Webster Hall does right. They got screens up there playing the concert that you can't see if you're behind tall people. So, and if you go to a show and you want to complain about something, you want to tell the world your story, you know where you go? You go to concertconfessions.com. You sign up. You hit me up, and I'll tell you what to do. And when you're at concertconfessions.com, I need you all to do me a favor. There are Amazon ads down the right side of the page, and I believe this is an Amazon ad on top as well. What you're going to do is click the Amazon ads and go buy stuff. Because you need to buy stuff anyway. People like me and Andy need to try to make it seem like we're need to tell Amazon, hey, look, people are going here because of us. Because it's 2014, and this is how you make money. I've been looking for jobs, can't find one. We'll get into that in the second half, along with my drunk in love remix that I'm going to unveil. J Pork's Experience exclusive. That's all coming in the second half. So click the Amazon ads on ConstantConfessions.com. Buy stuff. You need to buy stuff anyway. I needed a phone case. I went on Amazon. It cost me a penny. Literally a penny. $4.50 shipping, but it cost me a penny. How can you go wrong? Also, I need you to go to theandydeershow.com. Don't forget the. And I need you to check out my show. Archived. Everything is there. Also, I need you to check out the Tyler Kale Show. Smooth Operators with Tyler and Andy. And if you check out the latest edition of the Andy Deer Show, you can hear me and Andy chat for about 40 minutes, 45 minutes, about some new albums that came out or that are coming out. I mentioned that I'm digging the new Against Me. Really digging that. I'm also digging there's a new song from the band Creepoid called Sunday, and you can check that out in the new noise section at anniequiet.com. And I also told him, well, he heard it too, the Dead Weather, I liked Rough Detective, and I'm thinking that their album's going to be good. So that was all on the last edition of the Andy Deer Show. It aired Saturday or early Sunday. You can go check that out. It should be right under mine on the Andy Deer Show. If you're at the podcast app, it's the one right under this one. Boom. And listen free on iTunes. You go to ChristinaRocks.com. She hosts the Time Warp, 89xradio.com, every Sunday morning, 8 to 12. She's playing old school alternative for you. Well, for me, but for you. I turned it on, and I had just missed the Pixies covering Neil Young's Winter Long, which a lot of people don't know about that cover. It's a great cover. It's on one of the Pixies, not B-sides and rarities collections. Yeah, one of those loose ends collections. It's on one of those. I found it a few years ago, and I thought it was awesome. And I saw that she played it, and I thought it was awesome. Also, she played Mazzy Star Fade Into You, and I told her that she needs to play the J Mascis version, so she promised me she would get that. #friends. So you listen to her every Sunday morning, old school alternative. I mean, you can either listen to her show, or you can go to pretentious brunch with your pretentious friends and drink mimosas. And drink what you think are mimosas, but are really just the waiter mixing seltzer, Chardonnay, and orange juice. You can't get champagne on Sunday morning. Idiots. So there's that. Don't go to brunch. Listen to Christina Rocks until lunch. Look at me rhyming and profiling. And of course, the website that I write for when I wake up early enough in the morning, anniequiet.com. That's your source for quality. So much shit going on. I can't even keep up. You can watch Crosses make their network television debut on Kimmel. You can read about Queens of the Stone Age showing his appreciation for the Grammys by telling Imagine Dragons and the Grammys to fuck off. By the way, Hami, it's okay. You can stop telling people to fuck off. I get it. You're all like, fuck the man. I understand. There's Morrissey tour dates. He's set to hit the road in the spring, but he likes to cancel dates, so you can read up on the dates he's gonna probably cancel. Go watch Churches with a V. Cover, I don't know what. Why do bands spell their names like in impronounceable ways? Churches. And instead of a U, there's a V, and they're covering the Arctic Monkeys' Do I Wanna Know. You check that out. You can check out video highlights from Failure's first performance in 16 years. I believe that's from the show our buddy Reverend Justita was at, and he did the video roundup as well. You can watch Sharon Jones and the Dap Kings perform We Get Along at Studio Q in the CBC. I'm assuming that's Canada. Preview 9 Inch Nails' upcoming Austin City Limits episode. Hart stopped by Tulsa, Oklahoma. They get tons of good photos, words. You can listen to Mark DeMarco releases his video for a new track, Let My Baby Stay. And the main story today, well, the biggest news this morning was, as of last night at midnight, well, 3 a.m. Eastern Time, midnight Pacific, you can stream Beck's new album, Morning Phase, a week early. Beck's new album, Morning Phase, doesn't come out until February 25th, but thanks to NPR, you can take a listen to the record now. If you assumed, based on the strength of the lead single Blue Moon and the song Waking Light, that Morning Phase would be the atmospheric follow-up to 2002's Sea Change, you'd be correct. A listen through of the new album finds Beck returning to the moody introspection and reflection. That sounds like something Walt Clyde Frazier would say. Introspection and reflection. Once again, and it's pretty great as long as you dig sad Beck. Oh, this is sad Beck? Okay, I'm down with sad Beck. I need Beck to be in a mood. If Beck's not in a mood, I'm not interested. If you're looking for the Sex Laws Devil's Haircut Beck, it's not here. Happy Beck is not here. Sad Beck is here. And you could stream that via NPR. Really, NPR? I get so surprised when NPR does cool things. They're not having like some libertarian marathon or something? No, I know nothing about politics. I'm not even gonna make fun. Like, if you stream the album on NPR, do they let you like between the songs, do they play the needle scratching on the record? Like, to just let you know it's real? Do they do that? I don't think they do. But listen, go to anniequiet.com, listen to Beck's Morning Phase early. And I'm gonna hit like on Facebook right now. Bam. That's how I roll. So what do we got, people? We got a long week. We had a long week of nothing. I hope you didn't strike out on Valentine's Day. I hope everybody got laid. Because now shit's about to get real. Because you needed to wife up your girlfriend so when St. Patrick's Day comes around, she doesn't get drunk and start making out with other guys. Trust me, that happens. Be on the lookout for that. But what I did, well, I didn't overlook it. It just came at a bad part of the week. February 15th was the anniversary of probably one of the most innovative rappers of all time was gunned down in Harlem, and that's Big L, Lamont Coleman. For those who don't know who Big L is, Big L's from Harlem. In 1999, he founded a Harlem rap group called Children of the Corn, with two guys you may have heard of, Cameron and Mace. He was on Columbia for a little while, but they dropped him. The thing about Big L spits a horrorcore. That horrorcore, that's what they call it. It's a genre that, and I looked it up here. It's primarily around horror-influenced topics that include Satanism, self-harm, cannibalism, suicide, murder, torture, rape, and supernatural themes. It's like combining horror flicks with street life. And Big L put out a song called The Devil's Son in 1993. Now I want you all to go. Now when I name the songs that I want you to listen to, you need to go listen to them. I will force it down your throat on the notes. I will try to do some notes this week. Go listen to Devil's Son and tell me that that's not some other type of rap song that you've never heard. And artists listed in the representing the horrorcore category: Cage, D12, Eminem, Tyler the Creator, Insane Clown Posse, 3-6 Mafia, Kool Keith, Necro. All these guys can thank Big L. Big L for bringing that. Big L, Harlem. 139 in Lenox, The Danger Zone. His first album, Lifestyles That Are Poor and Dangerous, was released March 1995, and it debuted at number 149 of the Billboard 200. The three singles, Put It On, MVP, and No Ends, No Skins, didn't chart. And then he was dropped from Columbia. But this guy, Big L, was going to Hot 97. Was it Hot 97? It might not. It's whatever radio show Stretch Armstrong and Bobito were hosting in the early 90s. They used to host a show and they used to have up-and-coming rappers come in and they just used to play beats and let them rap. And there was this one time where Big L in 1995 brought a buck-toothed new rapper to Stretch and Bobito, and he said, "I got my man Jay-Z here," and they did a freestyle which would go down as called the 7-minute freestyle, even though it's more than 7 minutes. This is all like when I was a kid, we were downloading this shit from Napster, and this was years. This was 5, 6, 7 years after Big L died already. So all of this stuff is readily available on the internet for you. So you go look up Big L and Jay-Z 7-minute freestyle or home run hitters, and you will not be disappointed. And you know what I have here? See, here's the problem with this podcast. It would be a lot easier for me to explain to you who Big L is if I can play the songs. But I can't play the songs. If I could play the songs, I wouldn't be allowed to play the songs because dude's not alive. Big L was also in the, he also started the Digging in the Crates crew, DITC, with Lord Finesse, Diamond D, OC, Fat Joe, Buck Wild, Showbiz, and AG. You know how he got up with Lord Finesse is he went to, as somebody violently beeps the horn outside my house. He went to a record store where Lord Finesse was, and he was like in the aisle next to him, and he was just freestyling. He just wouldn't stop until Finesse put him on the Yes You May remix. So what I need you to do is go listen to Big L. There's a documentary coming out. Well, they say the documentary Street Struck, the Big L story, was set to be released in 2012. There's about 9 hours of footage, but they haven't broken it down yet. I have not seen it. I only seen the trailer, which is actually really cool. You can go check that out. It's got DJ Premier talking about Big L when he brought AG and Big L in the studio. He was talking about and he played them Devil's Son. He's like, you're gonna release that shit? He's like, I don't give a fuck. So there's that. Go listen to Devil's Son, and then I want you to work your way around YouTube and get up on Big L. And then I want you when you hear the wild flow and the sick punchlines, I want you to look at what year it came out and then say to yourself, wow, this guy was better. This guy is doing things better than people are doing it now. 20 years ago, 15 years ago, 14. No, it's 15. I think it's 14. And I found a list of like the top Big L punchlines, and I'm gonna read them too because I can't play the songs. I'd love to play the songs, but if you listen to Ebonics is another key track to the Big L repertoire. But all the songs, if you listen to the songs like The Heist and Casualties of a Dice Game, are storytelling. Street Struck, All Black, it's storytelling, street stuff. But then you get like stuff like Devil's Son and Clinic, and it's different. It's different. It's about giving girls diseases and stuff and killing people. But from Rap Genius has Rap Genius has the short list. I went to BigLOnline.com to get his timeline, but the top 10 Big L punchlines are at hiphopbuzz.blogspot.com. Lines like, step to this and get shanked up. I knocked out so many teeth, the tooth fairy went bankrupt. That's from Let 'Em Have It L. You got a Tech 9 is my utensil, filling niggas with so much lead they could use their dick for a pencil. from the Graveyard. The Graveyard's got Big Daddy Kane. It's got Jay-Z. That's a great song. Big L be fucking with more keys than a janitor. You check that out. I jumped out the Lincoln, left him stinking, put his brains in the street. Now you can see what he was just thinking. It's from Danger Zone. From No Ends, No Skins, you got They Wanna Know Why I'm So Fly. A girl asked me for a ring and I put one around a whole eye. Like, stuff like that. Stuff that Eminem started doing later. I mean, Eminem was already rapping, but, in Detroit where no one knew where he was. I'm known for snatching purses and bombing churches. I get more pussy on accident than most niggas get on purpose. That's from the Graveyard. That's awesome. I think the next line is, I got drug spots from New York to Canada because Big L be fucking with more keys than a janitor. There was a freestyle in 1998 where he went into Stretch and Bobbito and he really laid it down. One of the lines is, fucking punk, you ain't a leader, what? Nobody followed you. You was never shit. Your mother should have swallowed you. Big L is that nigga you expect to catch wreck on any cassette deck. I'm so ahead of my time, my parents haven't bet yet. That's from Home Run Hitters, the 7-minute freestyle. That is just epicness. And of course you got the infamous Big L line. Turn your tux red, I'm far from broke, got enough bread, and mad hoes, ex Beavis, I get nothing but head. I mean, who? Who says things like this? Who is that smart? That was the top 10, but we got some bonus time down here. And some say I'm ruthless, some say I'm grim. Once a burglar broke into my house and I robbed him. That's on Lifestyles of the Poor and Dangerous. Every minute my style switches up. They say a real man won't hit a girl. Well, I ain't real because I beat bitches up. Danger Zone. I've said that before. Where's the... There's one I always say. Yeah, there it is. Breaking in cribs with a crowbar. I wasn't poor. I was po. I couldn't afford the OR. I say that all the time. I tell people I'm not poor. I'm po because I can't afford the OR. That's how I roll. I mean, listen, you can listen to Tupac all you want. I love Tupac. And people can say that their greatest rappers of all time are Biggie, Pun, and Tupac. I'm not saying that Biggie wasn't a good rapper. I'm just saying that being from Brooklyn didn't make him any worse of a rapper. When California cried for Tupac, when Biggie died, there may have been some East Coast jealousy towards a good rapper, and the East Coast may have tried to elevate Notorious B.I.G. to a place where Tupac was lyrically, and that is not at all valid. That is not at all correct. Notorious B.I.G. really had one album. And that movie, the Notorious B.I.G. movie, that is the fakest thing in the world. That is so fake. So, but when people talk about dead rappers, they don't talk about Big L. And I think it's a shame. And anyone who lived in the generation of when Napster first came out and you were just downloading anything you can find, stuff from Big L was readily available. And you live in a place like Staten Island, and these white kids, I'm white too, but these white kids that listen to house music, and if you ask them about rap, they say, "Oh, I only listen to underground rap. I listen like Necro and shit like that." But they know who Big L is, and that pisses me off. That these preppy white kids in their Feli velour suits know Big L. So I spent the most of my Saturday night on YouTube just looking at Big L videos. And I want to put together all my top Big L songs and play them to you. The crown is still mine because I still drop ill rhymes. A lot of rappers talk that murder shit but couldn't kill time. That's from Let 'Em Have It L. from Size 'em Up. It's like you see Coleone ice spinning, jigged out, white linen, and if a bitch don't like me, she must like women. You see how what like even me, I can sit here and say these and they roll off the tongue because they're so poetic genius. I'ma slide to the telly and abuse your wife. If I got one rubber, I'ma use it twice. That's from the Triborough. And from the big picture, it's you know my game plan, Lord Finesse, that's my main man. We never bring luggage. We go shopping when the plane lands. Stop. This is all pre 1998. We go shopping when the plane lands. Oh, here's one for the big picture. It's a longer one. You know nothing about L, so don't doubt L. What's this motherfucking rap game without L? It's like Jules without ice. That's like China without rice, or the Holy Bible without Christ, or the Bulls without Mike, or crackheads without pipes, the Village without dikes, or hockey games without fights. That's another thing about Big L. He liked hockey because in another song he says he's gonna send you to HE double hockey sticks, or he's coming straight out of HE double hockey sticks. You don't find many rappers who like hockey. I know Onyx likes hockey because when they had that video with 50 Cent, like the 50's first music video, they were playing hockey. Penalty box and some shit like that. Yeah, so I'm gonna make it my business to share with you all the Big L suggested tracks. And if you're not spending your afternoon, if you like rap, people like Drake put out albums. Would you rather listen to something new, or would you rather rediscover something old? That's always gonna be there. And when that Big L Street Struck documentary comes out and everyone tries to hop on the dick, just know that you were there already. Alright, what do we got coming on later? Again, I'll share with you all the links to this. The second half, we're gonna talk about the struggles. The struggles of finding a job in 2014. And I might have for you a J Pork's Experience exclusive, the Beyonce Drunken Love remix. I'm going to share that with you. All of that and more back after this. Hey, J Pork's here recording my own commercials. If you want to find your website in this little spot in between my podcasts, you just hit me up on Twitter at JPorks, or you email me jporks@gmail.com, and you hit up the Andy Deer Show. Hit up Andy Deer. Hit up Tyler Kale. Hit up everybody. It's the Deer Network coming to you live in 2014. And we're back. One more thing before I jump into second half topics. Last night, I turned on the NBA All-Star game. I wanted to watch the beginning, just for the pure fact that Pharrell was performing, and I wanted to see what hat he was wearing. When I first turned it on, he didn't have his hat on, and then he eventually put on that red Mounties hat thing that is so ridiculous and has hundreds of thousands of Twitter followers, I believe, as of now. Also, during that performance, did anybody see Busta Rhymes? Now, I don't want to. I told Andy this on Saturday, or whenever we taped. I don't even remember when we taped that. But I told him, I said, when you run out of funny things to say, you just use fat jokes. That's true. But at the same time, I'm not using a fat joke on Busta Rhymes. Mix in a salad. Dude, what is going? It's not like eating healthy is unpopular. Everybody is on these gluten-free, vegan, before 6 diets. I don't get why you can't mix in a piece of whole wheat toast every now and then. I mean, if you wanna come out at the NBA All-Star game and not get made fun of, mix in a salad, and not a Caesar salad. A Caesar salad has the same amount of calories as my cheeseburger. People order a Caesar salad and they think they're saving calories. Oh yeah, no you're not. That shit is mad unhealthy. True story. I lost 115 pounds without eating a piece of lettuce. Not one piece of lettuce. You want to lose weight? Get fat. Busta Rhymes is already there. So, time to lose weight. Just saying. As a friend. As a friend, I'm telling you, pass the Cavassier to somebody else. I've had a little too much. Okay. Beyonce, Drunk in Love. Every band is sharing their remix. I said I would share mine. Of course I lied. I lied because that's how I keep people listening. Now, if you were smart, you would have just fast forwarded to this part and seen that I was lying. Do I need bands like The Weeknd to do I need bands to remix R&B songs? It's one thing if a band is gonna cover a song. That's cool. I saw Arctic Monkeys covering Drake. I'm Coming Home or something, or whatever song that was. That was pretty cool. I've seen Katy Perry cover track 3 from Watch the Throne. That was cool. Covering is cool. What's with the remix? Every band is a DJ now. Every band's got a turntable and they're doing remixes. Surfboard. Surfboard. Who cares? I'm not clicking listen. Well, I mean, bands just say, instead of remixing crappy Beyonce songs, bands should start thinking about how to get better music out. Just saying. Hashtag just saying. God, if I have to see one more remix, what I could if Timbaland's the only one allowed to do a remix. If you're rapping, say there's an R&B song, like, or say there's any song, any rap song. Say you got Annie Up by M.O.P. That's a great song. Annie Up, yeah, that fool. And then you got the remix with Remy Martin and the aforementioned Hefty Lefty Busta Rhymes. Now that's a remix because it's got added verses and it's the same. If you change like the beat and you change the song, it's not the same song. It's not a remix. Remix is a rap thing that a new MC is on the track. That's what remix is. Remix. I don't know what house DJs are doing. I don't care what house DJs are doing. I don't care what Armin van Buren is doing. Whatever the hell his name is. I don't care what the Swedish. What are they called? Three Swedish Mafia or something? Swedish House Mafia? I don't even care. They can go remix house tracks. I don't need bands like The Weeknd. I don't even know who The Weeknd are. I don't know why they don't have an E. It's The Weeknd. Whatevs. Yesterday. So yesterday I spent my Sunday in the Craigslist jobs section. And I did that because my cousin Dan, who hosts a radio show. It's We Are Change Radio. He's a 9/11 truther, so I don't, it's America. Speak your mind. Do what you want. I'm not sitting here agreeing or disagreeing with his premises. Honestly, I'm not smart enough to look into things like that and develop my own opinions. I'm a sheep and I listen to what everyone else has to say. But he has a radio show, and he was telling me that he used to have a friend who was training for some job, and what he would do is go on Craigslist and go to the talent section, and they got jobs like you can be an extra in a commercial and walk in the background and make $100. I can do that. I look good now. So I was looking. I didn't find anything in the talent section. So I went over to the good old fashioned waiter section. And now, here's the thing with being a waiter. Being a waiter is hard to prove on paper. When I go into places, the last place I went to look for a job, I went in there, I pulled the owner aside and I said, listen. He said, do you have any experience as a waiter? I said, listen, buddy. I said, I'm the best waiter on Staten Island right now. There is nobody holding a candle to me. I'm a ball of sunshine wrapped in awesome. So it would be in your best interest to hire me. I couldn't get that job because I picked up a new shift at the job that I lost later on. But the point is, being a good waiter is hard to prove on paper. I can make up a bunch of fake restaurants and a bunch of fake stuff and hand it to anybody and make it my resume. So restaurant employers wanting resumes is ridiculous. You're just asking to get lied to. Now, saw a bunch of ads that said email your resume with a picture attached. Whoa. Prejudice much? Here's the thing. I doubt you would hire me just based on my resume. You're gonna have to interview me, right? You get to see me then. You want me to send you a picture? First of all, I'm a guy known for accidentally sending out pictures of his junk to his friends. So me sending you a picture, me sending my future employer a picture, and it's gonna accidentally be a picture of my dick. I don't need that. I don't need that at all. Second of all, while we're being creepy and posting Craigslist ads for jobs that you need a picture for, do you want to conduct the interview on Kick Messenger? I mean, like, I wanted to reply to those ads. No, send to receive. Age, sex, location. That's what I want. I'm surprised that the application doesn't just say age, sex, location. And the answer, of course, to sex would be yes, please. You need experience. So that I looked in the administrative assistant section because here's the truth. The truth is I'm pretty friendly on the phones. I mean, any place I've worked the phones first. I've always, even when I was in drug rehab, I worked the phones. We'll get into that in April when we're on the 10-year anniversary of that. But I've always, anywhere I've went, I've picked up the phones. That's what I do. I'm awesome at that. I also make a mean cappuccino. Like, why can't I sit at someone's desk, answer their phones, and get them lattes? You need experience for that? I've been in front of computers since 1991. I'm eye candy. Why can't I do that job? Why why do we need to be able, you know what they put a lot, you have to work in a busy environment. You have to be self-assuring and stuff like that. Like, dude, stop making it sound like rocket science. It's I'm gonna sit at your desk and whoever calls is gonna be happy with what they want. You want people to call and I forward them to another number? How is that so hard? Why do I need tits to do that? The aforementioned 115 pounds lost, I don't have tits anymore. That's like that time I'm at my old job and this hot chick comes in and she says, "My boss sent me in to give you a job." I'm like, cool. So I got the address, left work early, and I went there to interview. Guy calls me into his office. It's cold calls. What cold calls is you have a list of people's numbers, and you call them up, and this company was giving loans to businesses. So what I would have to do is sit on the phone and call people up, call people who own businesses, and ask them if they would like a loan, and with interest rates through the roof. And I would have to convince them to get a loan, and that's how I would get paid. There's no hourly wage. Why send the hot secretary? Like the girl who came in was the secretary. Why can't I do that? I don't want to call people. This guy literally told me, watch The Pursuit of Happiness, the Will Smith movie. He's like, you gotta watch that movie. You watch that movie, you're gonna want to do this job. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. If you think, like, I love when the guy sat me down, he's like, you'd be great at this. You'd be good. If I'm so great at this, then why don't you pay me up front and take my salary out of whatever commission I get? Oh, you don't think I'm going to be that good? Then don't offer me the fucking job. Like, why can't I have a job where I wear regular fucking clothes? I could meet, and my hair comes down, it's not the end of the world. I just want to be at a desk with a computer on. And when I'm not doing stuff that needs to be done for my job, I want to be on Twitter, and I want that to be okay. I don't want, if I look at my phone and look at a tweet, I don't want to be told that I'm ignoring my tables. That's the big thing about, here's the thing about restaurants. Owners have this thing where get off your phone. Don't be on your phone. Don't be on my phone. Because there's two kinds of people working restaurants. There's bums like me who are old, and there's, 18, 19-year-old kids who are in school and they just want to earn some extra money, some gas money and stuff like that. you're not you're not taking the phone out of the hands of those kids. Those kids don't care about their tables. They're just here killing time, making money. They're not interested. They're not thinking, "Oh, the business is gonna fail if I'm still on the phone not paying attention to my table." They don't care. Someone like me, you will never catch me on my phone if I have something to do. Like, you're never gonna have a table doing the "where's my waiter" head nod with the raised eyebrows and the big forehead, tilted head back, looking up at me. You're never gonna see that in me on the phone. Never. Why? Because I like money. I like money. I like my job. When I had it, and when I have it in the future, and I would like to keep it. But like, the owners need to understand that there's not a put your phones away, have your phones out. There's not a it depends on what's going on in the restaurant. And if you have smart people working for you, if you have people who aren't stupid, they're not going to let their table suffer because they're sending a text message. I can't be an administrative assistant because I don't have 2 years experience. Here's the thing. Not only have I been on the computer since 1991 when I was in first grade. Actually, we learned our computer teacher's name was Mr. McIntosh, now that I think about it. Maybe that wasn't his real name. Maybe he was just trying to be funny. But he was a mean fucking guy too. I mean, not mean mean to bad kids. He had a vicious scream, man. If you fucked with him, he would fucking air you out in the auditorium. I know I'm good on computers because I write for several websites. I'm recording a podcast right now. I'm not computer illiterate. I know Microsoft Word. The thing is, here's how I know I'm good at the phone. Want to know how I know I'm good on the phones? The drugs always show up, right? They always get here. So I'm doing that good too. Proof. Proof. Hashtag proof. I don't get it. I can't answer someone's phones. So if you're out there and you have an office and you need someone to answer your phones for minimum wage, I'm your guy. I don't have any expectations I don't have salary, what I want. Like, a lot of these jobs on Craigslist, they're like, tell us what you want to make. What? You're the boss. You're going to tell me what I'm making. W-2 update. Still waiting for it. If I hit record on this podcast next week and my W-2 isn't in my hand, I'm calling the police and going to my old job and making sure that I get it. Because I'm supposed to have that by January 31st. This is against the law. I want to go to freaking California. Also, Denver might happen. Not sure. But the plan when I get my tax money is to hit at least one of those Meat Puppets shows with the Moist Boys. And it has just been brought to my attention that I could go to California and me and my buddy Linda Kite could go to Colorado for the show in Colorado and then go back to California where I can fly back. That's an option. Colorado is one of the states with legal marijuana. So there's that. That's an option. All I would need is plane fare, and that's all I'm waiting for. As soon as I hit done on this, I'm going to check the mailbox. Again, I'm going there with the police if I don't get my W-2. It's rare that me and the police are together on the same team. So what else we got going on? Did you stream Morning Phase yet? Go do it. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? As that alarm goes off, you know what I'll do? Let's finish up here because it is getting early, and I'm gonna send this to Andy and get it posted on the interwebs. So let me give you the list of websites I need you to go to continue to keep the J-Porks experience in business for the foreseeable future. ConcertConfessions.com. That's for all your live music, news and reviews for fans by fans. You check them out. You get them on Twitter at Concert Confess. You like them on Facebook, Concert Confessions. Tons of shows getting hit. You can be a part of it. You can be a part of all the magic. Just join our family right now. You have no idea how good it feels to have a band retweet your review until it happens. So, get it done. TheAndyDeerShow.com. Don't forget the. You get TheAndyDeerShow.com, you get the J Porks Experience, you get the Andy Deer Show, you get the Tyler Kale Show, and you get Smooth Operators with Tyler and Andy. But more importantly, at TheAndyDeerShow.com, you're going to find those Amazon ads, you're going to click them, and you're going to buy stuff. You're going to do the same thing at Concert Confessions. You're going to go to the Amazon ads, you're going to click them, and you're going to buy your stuff from Amazon through there, because you got to buy stuff anyway. Let's make the internet a 24-hour store. You got the Time Warp on the weekends, ChristinaRocks.com, 89X Radio. If you tweet at her and make a request, I was gonna say suggestion, and if you make a request, she will probably play it if she's got it. She will shout you out. She's shouting me out every week, which is good. I heard her talking about the Foo Fighters, Dave Grohl, working with different producers. Actually, that's for the new Foo Fighters album is going to feature Steve Albini and Butcher Vig at least. I think what the Foo Fighters are doing is going state to state, different states, and recording with few tracks with different producers. I'm at a point in my life where I'm not going to hate the Foo Fighters anymore. I mean, not that I'm going to sit here and listen to the discography. Speaking of discographies, if you go to AnnieQuiet.com, which is where I was going to tell you to go anyway, you could download the entire discography from De La Soul, and let me look up the price before I tell it to you. De La Soul's entire discography for free. There is no catch. They don't want your email address. You don't sign up for anything. Just go to wearedelasoul.com, select the albums you want, give them your email, and that's it. Oh, it's not available anymore. It was on Valentine's Day. On Valentine's Day, De La Soul was giving away their discography for free. Crazy. But I'm sure that that's available. Since it's been given away for free, I'm sure someone's bootlegged it, and I'm sure you can download it now at your local BitTorrent site. So that's AnnieQuiet.com. That's your source for quality. I would, if I was a fan of music, which I am, I would stay tuned to AnnieQuiet, because AnnieQuiet gives you the no bullshit. They don't write every press release from every band. It's no frills, no bullshit, just the facts, man, like Joe Friday would say. Also, you can go to themeatpuppets.com/tour, and you see where they're going to play. The Australia dates should be up there. They're incomplete. I'm still having issues with a couple of the addresses, because it's a week-long festival there. Next Monday, I'm going to have all the information on that, because I got the ad mat, and I'm going to share it on their Facebook eventually. You go there, you also go to the store section of their website and buy some art, because why not? Buy some CDs, buy some t-shirts. I bought a t-shirt the other day. Bought my Ratman t-shirt, because I'm running out of mediums here. So it's themeatpuppets.com, theandydeershow.com. They all have those. ConcertConfessions.com, ChristinaRocks.com, Christina no H. Next week, I'm going to have tons of stuff for you. And by tons of stuff, I mean whatever happens. Alright? So, you had something you wanted to say? Oh, no, you can't. It's a one-way street. Whiskey, Weed, Warren, Zevon. Late.
This has been the J Porks Experience. Thank you so much for listening.